All right, hey guys, welcome back to another board game playthrough, solo board game playthrough. Today we're going to be playing a playthrough of Sweetlands. This is the newest from Uchibakoya, it's a Japanese publisher. And this is a heavy Euro game where we're going to be building out our Sweetlands, our kingdom here. We're going to be placing tiles and bridges. I think they're bridges. Are they bridges or are they roads? They're roads. We're placing out tiles and roads and different buildings. And we're going to try to score as many points as we can. And the way it works, I gotta flip these over. The way it works in solo mode is that we actually are going to be just doing everything ourselves. So each player would get a map, and there are 5 maps in the game. There's an A side map on all 5, and then the B side are different things. So we've got one of the B side maps here. We're going to be taking a variety of actions, and ultimately at the end of the thing, we're going to see if we can score at least 250 points. If we get 250 points, that considers us a win. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to get close to that. I hope I can get somewhat close to it, but it's probably not going to happen. There's a lot going on with this game. So before we get completely started, I do want to just mention I'll do my best to capture every rule correctly or not try to miss something, but there's a chance that I might, just considering how much is going on here. It's a lot of stuff to consider. But ultimately, it's pretty straightforward in terms of what things you can do. It's just how you plan those out and chain them together. It's where it gets a little tricky. So what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be doing several phases of a round, and then there's 5 rounds of the game, and at the end of the game, we'll score how many points we have. I want to note that we do have the deluxe upgrade set, so you'll see these little meeples here. This is just the meeple of my character, Lotus Chi, and we're going to use this to mark our little bonus here that we're going to have at the beginning of the round. So just wanted to notate that there. I'm trying to think of anything else before we get started. Ultimately, what we're going to be doing, I guess I can get a high overview here. Ultimately, what we're going to be doing on our turns is doing one of 4 things. We're going to be able to play a card. We're going to be able to place out one of our little cookie things here, which are basically this worker placement, where we'll place out a worker, or we'll place out one of these and take an action. We'll be able to flip over one of these tiles when we get one of them, and we can pass. And then when we pass, there's a variety of other stuff happening. But we'll get into all that when that happens. So I haven't done anything of setup aside from like set up my character board and place all this stuff out. This is our resource tracker, and it basically functions very similar to like a terraforming Mars, where we'll have these different things to keep track of what our income is, and on income we'll get a bunch of stuff. So the first thing we need to do is we need to flip over the AI. There is an AI deck that will drive different things they're going to block. And so we're going to flip these over, and they're going to show us what they're going to block. So they're going to block these spaces here. So we'll take these 4 here. They're going to block this space, this space. It's not really blocking, but it's sort of blocking. They're going to block those 2 spaces. So that's the beginning of the round. We're going to do this at the beginning of every round. I also need to decide where I'm going to put this. I'm going to put this right here. So we're going to start the game. So here you can see here's kind of the round flow. We're going to first do income. We don't do the start phase on the beginning of the game. We do our income. Oh, I need to do my beginning resources. So let's come down to my player board. And you can look here at the beginning resources. We start with 6 money. 8 wheat. The white cubes are 1, the pink cubes are 5, and the big blue cubes are 10. We start with 7 wood. 7 metal. And then 2 of these gems that we'll get done up here. And the other stuff down here is, basically the starting income, which are all my blocks are on, or our starting position, our income, some of the effects of when we place these buildings out, and our ability down here are all unique to characters, and so our character does this stuff. And effectively, we'll be able to place out this building out for free eventually once we satisfy these conditions, which is to have 5 green tiles in our city, or our Sweetlands, 4 buildings or properties built, at least 2 green cards played, or 4 of any cards played, and then 1 of these star icons activated. And there's a variety of ways to get those star icons. So that's how we get our building out. We have the special abilities that once per round, we can flip over a building. And I'll talk about the flipping over the land tile into a building tile, or flipping it over. We can do that for free, as if we placed a road next to it. And we'll talk about that in a bit. And then this, I gotta double check what that does. That lets us change out our scoring for our cities. Again, we'll get into all that in a bit. So just want to kind of point that out. But that's going to be our starting income, and then we're gonna, when we take production, we'll get 12 money, we'll get no wheat, we'll get 1 wood, and we'll get no metal. So that's how our income's going to start. So let's kind of hop back up here. So first thing we're going to do is income phase. And we're going to do our round tiles. So our round tiles are going to be here. I get to up anything with the square is upping the production of that. So I get to, by default, at the beginning of the round, up my production to by money production by 2. I can place out a tile of my choice, and I can take any one of the tiles that's over here. These tiles have to be can only be placed next to the starting capital area or adjacent to another previously placed tile. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of the green tiles because we need green for our ability, and we're going to place that here. That's going to go here. Eventually, we'll be able to flip this over, and I'll talk about that in a bit. Then we're going to gain our income. We're going to gain our income from our income track. So I get 14 money. Like I said, no wheat, 1 wood, and no metal. And then finally, we're going to draw from the citizen deck. So the citizen deck's the cards. At the beginning of the game, we draw 6 cards, but for every round after that, we draw 5. There will be ways to increase it later, but for the most part, that's what we do. And we can go ahead and begin the actions. So since we've got some cards drawn, I'll kind of show you how they work here. So if you can see here, the cards are going to look like this. There's going to be a cost at the top. Some of those costs can be modified. Like, for example, this one can be modified. For every one of these tags I have already played, I can reduce the cost of this by 1. It's going to give you an effect here. Some effects may be where you can, they're like this, where like if you look here, if I have 3 of that symbol in my area, I can place 2 of those out. And then finally, if you want to, what is it called? It's not automatize, it's, what is the word exactly? Automate. If you want to automate a card, which costs one of these crystals here, you would take that card, and you can see here, this orange color, I would be able to place this under my player board. Uh-oh, my sleeve is ripped. I'd be able to place this under my player board like so. And then for the rest of the game, whenever I would run, I would get this, activate this area. That symbol looks like this for the orange. I would get the effect here, but then I'd also get whatever effects down here. So in this case, if I had 5 flipped over orange tiles, I would get to increase my wood production and my money production by 1. And you tuck it this way because you get these tags. And this is where it comes into being like Terraforming Mars and Ark Nova situation where things may look at these tags. If you don't automate the card, you just set it aside in your play area after you played it, and you still get the tags for it. So it's all good there. So as you can see, these cards, some of them are very expensive considering we have not a lot of money. The cards are also used for taking actions out on this board. So you have to discard a card in order to place one of the workers out here. Depending on the spot, it's going to cost that many. The number on the leftmost, or I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of a way to say this. Depending on the spot you take is the number of cards it takes to play the token out. So if the leftmost spot costs 1 card to play a token out, but the middle spot costs 2 cards, and the third spot costs 3 cards. So that's where the AI comes in to block stuff off. If I want to take this action, I've got to discard 2 cards to place the disc out to do that. So that's going to be the bulk of what we're doing on our round is playing cards out and taking actions up here. So let's kind of take a look at and see what we got going on. We want to get this unlocked at some point, so I need some green tiles played out. We've got a decent amount of money. We don't have a whole lot of here. And kind of just looking at the actions up here, I can kind of give you guys an idea what they do. We'll come back to that in a minute. You can spend wheat to place out these tiles. And again, it can be any of the tiles from general supply. There are some special ones that go in this castle area that we can only choose one of, but we'd have to, again, be kind of connected to it in order to play there. This lets us move on the food track. And this food track, as we move down this food track, this is another way this is one of the ways to get the little star symbol that we need to do here. But it also lets us start unlocking these to place these out on the board. We can place these little cookie rabbits out on places we've played buildings. We can place out a cookie rabbit, but you have to at least have your marker past any, and then you can only place out the leftmost one that your marker is past. So if I could place out these 2 cookie rabbits if my marker was here, but I couldn't place out that one. We've got the action here to build roads. Now, what roads are important is that we're going to play roads out from our capital, and they're going to have to come. They can come adjacent out of here. And when you place out a road next to a tile, when it's on the flat side of that tile, so for here, it will flip this tile over, and each of the color tiles, the green, the orange, and the gray, correspond to the green, the orange, green, and gray tracks, and also wheat, wood, and metal resources. So when you flip them over, you get to activate whatever it says on here. And so they're all going to look like this, where they're going to increase the production of a particular resource or let you move up one of the prosperity tracks of that color. And I'll get into the prosperity tracks in a bit, but that's what those get to do. Whenever we have them flipped over, once they're flipped over, we can put property on them. So if I get to a point where I can place a building and place a building on top of it like that, that's also going to let me activate that tile once more. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing to build our stuff out. So the roads are important. Roads can only come from your capital or connect to another road, very similar to the way that we do the structure for the tiles. This lets us pay whatever wood and metal cost to place out 2 properties. Properties are considered the buildings here, these buildings here, and the milk buildings here. These start to cost, this row costs 2 wood and 3 metal, 3 wood and 3 metal, 4 wood and 3 metal, 5 wood and 3 metal, 6 wood and 3 metal. These all cost 2 wood and 3 metal. And then this costs 3 wood, 1 metal, 3 wood, 3 metal, 6 metal, 8 metal. That's how you get those out. Those are all properties. Here we can spend 3 money to move our carriage down this track. We've got 2 tokens for this track. A blue, like a greenish train, and then this orange carriage. As we move down this track, every spot that has a symbol on it that's orange will get to activate when we pass by it. So for example, if I were to go here, I would go 1, 2, activate this ability. Eventually, as we remove some of these these milk cartons off and put them on our city, we'll be able to go around because we'll have to stop when we get stuck in front of one or behind one. If we get to the point where our carriage comes here for this, we get to add this train onto here, and it'll do the same thing, but for the green icons. So that may or may not happen in this game. And then finally, we have here, as of right now, 8 wood and 8 wheat to place out 3 tiles and 3 roads. So those are kind of those basic actions. Then up here, you've got, we can spend 2 crystals to move 2 spots on any of these tracks. And again, I'll get into those tracks in a bit. We can spend a thing to take this token, and I'll come back to that in a moment. We can get another gem. We can draw 2 cards from the deck, and we can get 6 money. This here, the important part of this is that when you spend the 1 token to go here, you get to add 1 token to your reserve. The token in your reserve can be placed on any spot without having to pay any cards. So this is a way for us to circumvent having to pay the 2 cards to go here. We're effectively banking it, and we're banking the ability to play this somewhere with only the cost of 1, with the 1 card we use to play this. So if I did this, I could go here and not discard any cards to play that action, which is probably something we're going to want to do here in a bit. The tracks, the prosperity tracks. So the prosperity tracks are going to be how we're going to score at the end of the game. And they're going to be multipliers. So the first one at the top is going to give you points for sets of tiles on our board. We immediately, if we don't move up on this track, we get 0 points for tiles. Then on these 2 spots, we get 1 point for every 3 tiles, 1 point for every 2 tiles, and then 1 point for every 1 tile. Here is going to be chocolate rabbits tokens. So these 4 spots, because the second spot has bonuses, so they take longer to get across. These 4 spots, 4 points for every 1, 5 points for every 1, 7 points for every 1. This is going to be for bridges. This is going to be for property. This is going to be for automated cards, and this is going to be for our milk scoring. And I'll get into that when we get to that point. But we have a couple markers here on the 0. We have a city one, a industry one, which is the milk symbol, and then we have a victory point one. So if we move this marker throughout the game, if we don't go up this track, we will not score points for that. So that's how that works. I think that's kind of it for right now. We'll just get into playing, and then we'll kind of start talking about some stuff in depth when the time comes. But I think we're kind of in a good spot to get going here. So on our turn, I think I mentioned already, you can do one of 4 things. You can play a card. You can place out a worker up here. You can flip one of these tiles if you have one, which there are these ones to flip. Or you can pass. So we don't have any of these tiles yet, and we don't want to pass, so we're going to end up doing some of the other stuff. So let's take a look and see what we have here. I want to get some stuff built out, of course. That lets us place out a road and a orange tile. Let's see. That gives us wood and ups our wood production, which wouldn't be bad. This ups our wheat, wood, and money production. That's our money production. And we'd get to get a single wheat because we have that tag there. Once we play the card, we get the tag. I sort of like this, but I think I want to get some roads built out. So I think the first thing I'm definitely going to do is discard. This gets us a point at the end of the round for each green card we've played. And there would be a green card we could get played. But that's kind of expensive. That's also a green card, but it's also kind of expensive. But 3 roads is kind of nice. Okay, we're going to discard this card to take one of our tokens, and we're going to place it here. And like I said, this lets us take one of these actions without having to discard a card. And then we're going to actually go here, and without having to discard a card, because we're going to take the token we just got, to spend 6 wheat to place out 3 tiles. So we can place them out, like I said, anywhere, so long as they connect to stuff that we've already done. Or the capital here. So we're going to place out green tile here, a green tile here. That's going to let us activate this entire column. We only have one thing here, which is going to be gaining a wood and gaining a wheat. And then I'm going to take an orange tile and place it here. It's going to give us a road. That road has to come from our capital, so we're going to place that road here, like so. And then because this side of the road, the flat side of the road is adjacent to this tile, we'll flip it over to either gain wood income or go up on one of the green tracks. And I'm going to gain the wood income, like that. And that's going to be our second turn, I guess, because our first turn played that token. Okay, so again, we can kind of keep going. I think I do want to get that played. It's going to get us some wood and get some stuff built out. So we're going to spend the 6 money here to play this Victor Velvet Cake, which actually, you know what? Maybe I should just do slight mulligan here. I'm going to do a slight mulligan. I'm going to take this back. I'm going to move this down. Slight mulligan here. Just give me a second. We're going to remove this. We're going to remove this. No, sorry, this and this. And we're going to put back the 6 wheat we took. Okay. We're going to play this first. So it's going to cost us 6 money. It's going to give us 3 wood. And it's going to increase our wood production by 1. And then I'm going to spend a jewel to tuck it under here. Then we're going to do the thing I said earlier. So we're going to go back to here. We're going to spend the wheat for that to place out our tiles in the same way. Get this here to flip this over to increase our wood production. And then we're going to get the wheat and the wood. And then because this is here now, I get this symbol, which also gives another wood production. So I did this all to get a second wood production. So that's what I mean. There's a lot of little small stuff here that sequencing is incredibly important, and just paying attention to what I'm doing. And so yeah, so we wanted to make sure we did that. Okay, so we've done that. We probably want to get some stuff built. We've got a decent amount of metal, but we can only get 2 things built at the moment. Can I increase my metal production? I'd have to get some stuff built out here to do that, so we'll have to kind of see if we can make that happen. Now, the other thing that kind of makes this game pretty heavy is there are a plethora of free actions. So on our turn before or after our main action, we are allowed to discard a card and spend any 3 resources to take it 1 tile or 1 road. We can spend 15 money to draw a card from the top of the deck. We can spend 4 money for 1 resource. I think this is to claim a goal, but the goals aren't used in solo. So let me double check, because those aren't used in solo, so I haven't touched them. Yeah, collect a milestone. We don't do milestones in solo. We can spend 1 resource as 1 money, 3 resources, any 3 resources for any 1 resource, and we can spend a card or the token that we set aside as 2 resources of any type, or we can place out our ice cream building so long as we've fulfilled the conditions there. So we have the plethora of those free actions to take. Okay. All right. I gotta find that card sleeve that was messed up. Okay, so we want to get stuff built. We can only build once the thing's flipped over, but we do have these ones down here. These ones will let us move up on any track or increase our production on any of the 3 resources there. Okay. So I think what I want to do is we're going to discard I'd like to keep this Christina Cranberry to get this other 2 things, so we're probably going to try to save this card. I can't save that card. We're going to discard this to take the action here to build 2 buildings. Okay? So we have the options, like we have these milk ones, like I said, these buildings here and these ones down here. Whenever we build one of these three, we get to run the thing of that column. So I could get some extra wood production, wood and wheat to do that one. This one's 3 money. This one's 1 tile of our choice. This one would be a tile of our choice, increase our wood, or our wheat and our metal production in 2 gems, and then as things start to increase, and we'll get into those. Here, we don't get anything for these, but they open up the track for us to move around on. Now, I'm going to go for different buildings, and I'll explain that in a minute, but we're going to go for, I believe, this one, so it's going to cost us 2 wood and 3 metal. We're going to place this out, and we're actually going to place it out right here to either go up on the green track or increase our wood production. I think I'm going to take the wood production, and then we get to place a tile of our choice out, and I'm going to place out this gray tile here, and it's going to bump me up. It's going to move me on this track. Then I'm going to spend, I can either buy this one or I can buy one of these, and I think I'm going to do this one. I'm going to spend 2 wood again and 3 metal to take this one, and we're going to place it here. And I'm going to also take the wood, I'm going to take metal production for that, and then placing it out gets metal production. Oops. And wheat production. And that's the action. So, it's murmuring under my breath a bit about keeping some cards. At the end of the round, you can only keep 1 card. So either you have to use all the cards or you discard down to 1. So whatever card and you can never put yourself in a position where you have no cards in your hand, with the exception of the final round. You have to have at least 1 card in your hand. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So we're going to have to figure out a way to keep some cards, or do something with some cards. I like this card, and I want to get this played, especially because it's going to let me play out some more stuff if I have more of that symbol, but I threw it away. So maybe we don't want to do that one. Did I throw away the right card? Maybe I didn't throw away the right card. I did throw away the wrong card. I'm going to keep that one, and I should have thrown away this one. No, I'll throw away this one. Okay. We may end up playing this and tucking it just to get the symbol, and then we'll use this card for an action. So I think we'll do that. We're going to play this Caroline Caraway. It's going to get us 3 money income, and then for every one of these symbols we'll get a wheat. The infinity sign says as many times, and so we're going to have 2 of those symbols, but we're going to spend our 12 money to play this out. We're going to get our 3 production of money, and then we're going to get 2 wheat, because we have 1 here and 1 here. And then I'm going to pay a gem to automate it, and it'll go underneath this column. Now, at the beginning of the game, we can only automate 1 card per row, but then as we unlock stuff, we can, like when we unlock this next building, we can automate again in the orange row, or the orange column. So I want to keep this Christina Cranberry card, so we're going to use this as an action, or we're going to lose it, so we might as well use it. Okay. So I don't have any more of these. I could spend some money or convert some stuff to get some, but I don't think I want to do that quite yet to take this action. I have some wood, so I can build out some roads, which wouldn't be a bad idea. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to discard this card to play out here, and we're going to spend our 5 or 6 of our wood to build out 3 of our roads. I remember I've got my free action I can take too. So this road will go here, which will flip this over. Do I want to go up on the green track again? I'm going to go up on the green track one more time. We're going to use this road here to flip this over. That's going to let me go up on the wheat track, or the orange. I think I'm going to go up on wheat. I think I want production. And then finally, I'm going to use this last road here to flip this over. I'm going to use it for the metal production. And then before we end our round, I'm going to use my free action to let me flip over any tile. It says that once per round, select 1 face-up terrain tile on your board and flip it over again. Oh, face-up. To flip it over again to gain its effect, as if you played a road adjacent to it. Okay, so face-up is this, face-down is the thing. So we're going to flip this over for free, and it's going to let us move on the track. And I'm actually going to move on the track this time. We're going to move on that track there. Okay. So that's it. We can't do anything else because we have, and we could do some free actions if we wanted, but we don't have anything else to do. So we're going to end the go. So that's my hand. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do end of round stuff for passing. So you can see here, if we have any of the end of round things on our character board, we would take that action. We don't. We're going to do city points. Now, cities, and this is what this is here, we're going to gain city points for each city we have. A city is a grouping of adjacent properties that are with at least 3 different types of property. So diversifying your buildings is really important to score for your city points. So if I had something, for example, like this, there's 3 buildings, but because 2 of them are the same type, that wouldn't be a city. This would be a city, and we would score 1 point for 1 city. Now, say later in the game I had done something like this, and I built something here, this becomes 1 city. So you kind of want to avoid that as well. That's why I want to try to build out here to make another city. So that's only 1 city because they're all contiguous. It doesn't matter the size of the city. It just matters that you have to have at least 3 buildings of 3 different kinds to be constituted as a city. So we don't have a city because we're short here. We have 1 building short, so we don't get the thing for the city. The next thing we're going to do is do our industry points. We're going to look at our player board up here and see where how many of these areas we've passed, and for each one of these we pass, we get points. We haven't passed any of them, so we get no points from that. We would do any pass aid tile stuff, so anything from here we would score. Any of these tiles we would do, and then finally any citizen cards that would have an effect we would do. We don't have any of those things, so that's all that. I think that's it. We're going to clear these off. And we're going to choose the next one of these we want. So we're going to move our marker to the next thing that we want. And I think I want to take this one. And then the AI will block the one that I came from. So I can't jump back and forth to the same 2 tiles. So we're going to take this. So for the next round, every card we play costs -3, and we get 3 extra resources at the beginning of our next turn. Okay, and so we'll that's it. That's a round. That is a round of Sweetlands. All right, so let's get into round 2. We're going to move this forward. It unlocks these 2 spaces. Now these 2 spaces are going to be kind of better actions of stuff we've had already. So we have 7, or more efficient action, I guess, 7 wheat for 3 movement on the cookie track, and then the resource costs of the buildings plus an additional wood to build out 3 buildings. So we're going to flip those over. We'll flip over their cards to see what they block. They're going to block that space, that space, that space, and that space. Okay, that's kind of a bummer. Okay, so we're going to block those off. We're going to go ahead and go back to our player aid to do our income. So we're going to get 3 extra resources of our choice. I'm going to choose to get metal. Okay, then we're going to do our player board. So it's going to be 10, 17 money. We're going to have 2 wheat. We're going to have 6 wood. We're going to have 3 metal. So you can kind of see this is the Terraforming Mars kind of esque deal here. And then finally, we're going to draw up to our hand size of, we're going to draw 5 cards from the deck. Okay. All right, so I'm looking for another one of these symbols to play out so I can play out Christina Cranberry with it. This one will actually get to be, I can actually automate this under anything. So this would let me spend a metal production to increase my wood and wheat production by 2. Unfortunately, that's the only one with that symbol, and I need 3 for this effect. So I definitely want to get that played. So we're going to have to sacrifice that maybe for that. This will let us build on, this spend 2 metal to build out on a gray spot and increase our income by, our money income by 2. This gets us a green. And like if I have at least one of these, I get another green. So that's 2 green there. That actually isn't bad. I don't have to spend a gem. This requires a gem out of me. So I actually might get this card played instead. But I'd like to build something out in order to also tuck it if I could. But I don't know that I'm going to be able to tuck without a gem. Okay. All right, let's see what we're going to do here. So I think the first thing we're going to definitely do is we're going to discard We want to discard this. I'm going to discard this to place this here for one of the gems. Okay. I'm going to get some stuff built. I think I'm going to play this, but I want to build something first. For me to build something, I'm going to have to go here because I don't really have the resources to build out 3 things there. Or maybe I do. Maybe I do have the resource to build out 3 things. So it would be, there's 1 metal, 3 metal, 3 metal. So that'd be all my metal if I did 1 of these and 2 of these. There's the 1 extra wood. That costs 1 wood. Plus, yeah, I could actually build out 3 things. We could do it. The question is, do I have 3 spots to build out to? And I do. I can build here, here. I probably want to get a couple more land tiles out so I can kind of flip them and then kind of expand out that way. So I'm going to probably try to focus on that before I build, which I could use my wheat for. So we're going to discard. I think we're going to go ahead and discard Christina Cranberry, the card we kept, to go here. We're going to build 3 tiles out. So the first tile is going to be this gray one. When you build a tile next to an already done road, it flips immediately. So that's going to flip. It's going to increase our metal production. That's tile number 1. Tile number 2 is going to be here. And tile number 3 is going to be no. Yeah, we'll go here. We'll go here for tile number 3, which gets me a road for covering that symbol up. And I'm going to place that here. Like that. Okay. As a free action, I'm going to take my free action here. I'm going to flip over a tile for free. I'm flipping this over. Again, only could do it normally with a road, but my ability lets me do it for we're going to flip that, and I'm going to go up on the green track. That's going to let me increase my wood production. Okay, now we're going to definitely build something out. So I think we're going to discard this card here, Veronica Berry, to go here. It's going to cost us 1 wood extra to take the action, and then whatever cost for the buildings. So the first building we're going to do out is going to be this one. Wait, do I have all the wood for it? 7 wood. Oh, and I don't think I removed my 6 here. Let me remove that. Hold on. I might have to discard a card to get extra wood because I need this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wood, and I had to spend 1 extra, so I need 1 more wood. So actually, do I want to spend the 4 money? I'm going to spend 4 money as a wood. This is before I take the action. Okay, and then I'm going to take the action. So I'm taking that free action to spend 4 money for a wood. So I think I don't want to use my cards yet. Okay. So we're going to build out 3 things. We spent the extra wood as part of the cost. And then we're going to build out 1 metal and 3 wood for this. That's going to go here. We're going to use it to increase our metal production. We're going to build out this thing for 2 wood and 2 metal, or 3 metal, sorry. That's going to go here. We'll go up on this track again. And then this is now a city. It's 3 different properties adjacent to each other. I don't want to place anything here because that's going to make that a city, and I don't want that to happen. And then I get 2 gems. And then finally, we're going to build out this one here for 3 wood and 3 metal. To go here, it's going to increase this by 1, gives me a city point. And I get to place out a tile and a road. So the tile that I'm going to place out is going to be this tile here, which will get me another tile. And then I get to place a road out, and the road's going to go right there. The other tile I place out is going to be right here. Since I placed it here, we'll get to flip this over immediately to get that ability. We're going to take the ability to go up on one of these tracks, and we'll go up on that track. What do I want? No. I'm going to wait. I'm going to get the metal production. Okay. So now that we've done all that, we are going to spend 12 money to play out Rita Raspberry Ripple. It's going to be 12 money. So it's my 15 down to 3. It's going to let me get a metal and a wood and a green tile. We're going to place that green tile here. That's going to let me take one of those. And then if I have at least one of these symbols, I get another green tile, which we're going to get. And then I'm going to spend to automate it, and it's going to tuck under here and give us 2. It's going to give us 2 metal when we run our thing, which you can't see on the camera, but it's there. So let me grab one of these tiles. Now, these tiles here, let us go up on any of the tracks. 3. These at the end of the round will give us points. We get 1. We'll get this is for scoring for automated cards. So a row of automated cards is 6 points. 2 is 12 points. 3 is 24 points. This one is on the food track. 3, 6, and 9 for 3, 5, and 7 points. Positions on the food track. This is the industry track. So how many of these things we've passed, we get more points. These are actions we can take. We can get a resource of our one of each resource plus a resource of our choice. Once per round, effectively, a gem and 8 money. And then these are ongoing. Every time we build a building, every time I place a cookie, every time we activate one of our rows, we get 2, 3, and 3 points. So I think I probably want the resources just so I can do some more stuff. But I've got some decent production up here for those. And I'm going to be trying to place out buildings. Let's take this. We're going to take this one. If I automated something there, then maybe I would go for it, but I don't have anything to automate there at the moment. So, yeah, because this is expensive. Layla Lake is expensive. So we're going to take this. I'm going to flip it over now to get myself a resource, one of each resource plus a resource of my choice. We'll get a wheat. Okay. I think... Okay, so I played that. I think that might be everything that I want to do for that right now. Oh, wait a minute. I get another green tile. I haven't played the other green tile out. I get another green tile. That green tile is going to go here, which is going to get me 2 more city points. Like that. Okay. So, before we kind of move on any forward, on the player board, as you can see up here, there's some stuff right here. So what this means at the end of the game, these 4 ports, if for each of them not connected, we'll lose points. So we want them all tied to each other. So I need to basically get another tile placed here, at least 2 tiles placed here, a tile placed here, and then make my way here. If all of them are connected, I get 10 points in the game. If I connect 3 of them, I get -5. If I connect only 2 of them, I get -10. If I connect only 1 of them, I get -20. And if I don't connect any of them, I get -40. So a ton of points are on the table if I don't do that. Kind of looking back at our ice cream thing to place this out, we have 5 green tiles played, which we do. We have 4 buildings, which we do. We've played at least 2 green cards. We haven't played 4 cards. We've played at least 2 green cards. And then we need to get a star. The star symbol can be gathered by moving our cookie track to this spot, getting our symbol to this spot, or unlocking this building. It'll probably be this building next round. And once it's unlocked, each subsequent one you'll get to take one of these tiles from over here. So anyway, I've got 1 card I got to hold on to, or I can use, and then the other one I can hold on to. I think I'm going to hold on to... I sort of like the idea of this one to build out on one of these. I think I'm going to hold on to this one. So I'm going to spend Layla Lake, take an action. I think the action I'm going to take is just going to be, I could draw 2 cards. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to use this to draw 2. Because I can turn these into resources if need be. This is actually just a nice simple one. 3 get me wood. That gets me 2 of those. 2 roads. That's not bad. And then for every 2 of these symbols, I get to increase my wheat production, and I already have 2 of the symbols, so I get to get wheat production by 1. Let's discard this for 2 wheat. I think, or do I want metal? Do wheat or metal? We'll do wheat and metal. So one, we're taking that free action. I'm going to discard this. So E and ice to place out a token. And we're going to place it here to spend 3 metal to move on our industry track twice. We get a road and a tile of our choice. We're going to take the road first and place out the road. The road is going to go there. And then the tile, we're going to take this green tile and place that green tile here to cover that symbol up, which is going to let us run this. We get a wheat and a wood. We get wood production. We get 2 metal. And you can't see it because it's down here, but I get the 2 metal from my my other thing here. So, okay. I think that's going to be it for the round. So, we'll go back to the player aid, because again, this makes everything a lot easier. Oh, for every card I play, I get -3. I only played one card this round, so I get 3 money back. I forgot about that. Okay, I get 3 money back, because I only played 1 card this round. So I think this one was played at before the last round ended. Okay, so we're going to do our character board. We have nothing on our character board. We're going to do city points. We do have 1 city, so we have 1 city. We get 1 city point. The end of the game, we get 2 points for every 1 city point we have. We're going to do our industry points. We're not cross that, so we don't get that. We're going to have any passing tiles over there or scale tiles. We don't have any of that, and we have no citizen cards. So we're going to move this onto here. So we'll get the move on this track at the beginning of income, and at the end of the round, I think that gets 3 points for each harbor we're attached to. This one is gain 3 points for each connected port. So 1 connected port would be this one. So I get something played here and something played here. That's 6 points at the end of the round. Okay. So we're going to refresh our stuff. So clean up, put their tiles here, flip these, take these off. That gets refreshed for next round. And we'll move this down. That's our hand. We have these 2 new actions now available. 9 wheat for 2 cookie rabbits, and then 5 metal for 3 movement on the industry track. Okay. So flip these over. They're going to take just this spot, and they're going to take the 4 for the cookie for the food track, and then that for that. Okay. So we'll do our income. First, we're going to do over here. So we'll get the move on this track. Lets me draw an extra card. Then we're going to do our character boards, which we don't have any on our character board. Then we're going to do our income track, so it's going to be 17 money. That's going to be 2 wheat, 8 wood, and 6 metal. Okay. And then we're going to draw 5 cards. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Gray tile. For every gray tile, I can get 1 wheat, which would be 3 gray tiles, which wouldn't be bad. But 3 wheat. Ooh, that... Okay. Okay. So I'd like to automate this if I can, just so I can get the... just so I can maybe score that and get 6 points at the end of the round. That would be kind of good. I'm going to flip this first foremost just to get the resources before we get started. So we're going to get 1 of each. And what do I want to do for the last resource? I could... Metal all costs 3, so if I wanted to play 2 buildings out, I could play the 3rd building out. That's a lot of wood I need to get placed. We're going to take it as the metal, I think. No, yeah, we'll take it as metal. I think I can get some stuff played out. Okay. All right, I think the first thing I want to do is I want to spend a card. What do I want to, or want to play a card? I want to play one of these gray cards. I can maybe get something going here. It's 16. This could be good. It's going to cost me a lot. I think I want to play this. So let me make sure timing on this, because when I get this played and I place the tile for it, I think it doesn't get tucked until after it's done resolving. Playing citizen cards. So before paying the cost, okay, so I have to do the immediate effect first, and then I can automate it. Okay. I think that's fine. Okay, we're going to spend 12 money. We're going to play Toby Tart Tatton. For each gray tile we have out, we can gain a wheat. And I've got 3 gray tiles, so it's 3 wheat. I'm going to spend this to automate it. It's going to get tucked under there. Okay. We're going to discard this to play here. To play 3 buildings out. We're going to spend the 1 wood for the base cost. We're going to spend 2 wood and 3 metal to play this out. We're going to place this out here. Oh, shoot. I guess before I do that, I'm going to flip this tile over with my base ability, with my ability to flip that tile over, and we're going to move on this track. I'm going to place this here. That's going to let us go up on a gray track or metal production. I'm going to go up on a gray track. We're going to go on this track here. Didn't I already move on that? Maybe I took the production earlier. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then this activates this column. So I get wood production and 2 metal. And then a wood and a wheat. Okay, the next building we're going to place out is going to be this one. Ooh, yeah. So we're going to spend 4 wood and 3 metal to get this placed out. We're going to place this here. It's going to let us go up on this track again. And then I get a star, which means this gets unlocked. So we're going to place this out at the as a free action at some point. Because I have 5 white or green tokens, I've got 4 buildings built, I've got 4 cards or 2 green cards, and I got now a star unlocked. And then as my final building, we're going to place out this building here, I think, which is going to cost 3 wood and 3 metal. That only had 9. I don't know what happened there. Okay, so 3 wood and 3 metal. Okay, I might have messed up the resource there, but that's fine. We're going to place this out. This is going to get placed here, which will let me go up on a green track, lets me draw a card. And then I also get to take one of these tiles from up here. I can take this and score 6 points at the end of the round, which could be nice. I could take one of these and just move up the tracks. We're going to take this, actually. We're going to take this and immediately go up on this track by 3. So we go 1, 2. I get to get 3 resources of my choice. We'll take, We'll take 2 metal in the wood. And I can spend a gem to move over to this last spot. So at the end of the game, I'll get 2 points for each building I built, and I immediately get 2 city points by going to that last spot. In a multiplayer game, only the first person gets the special ability, but in solo, we're the only ones, so we're going to get it. Now I've got 2 cities, which is great. Okay, I want to get some stuff. So I want to get some roads built out. So I think what we're going to do next. I need to get some of these cookies out, cookie buildings. I want to get this placed out, but I need to start connecting a few things. So I'd like to take this action if possible, which means I need some more wood. I need 3 more wood to take that action. That's actually 4 wood right there. So let's actually play this card. We'll spend 4 money to play this for 4 wood. And I can't automate it, so it's going to sit up here just because I don't have the resources or the space to automate it. So it's going to get us 4 wood. Oh, wrong spot. Okay. We're going to discard this to place here. So 8 wood and 8 wheat. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I think I got 8 here. 8 and 8. It gets us 3 tiles and 3 roads. The first tile is going to be here. The second tile is going to be here. And the third tile is going to be here, which will let me activate this column, which is 3 money and a gray tile. And that gray tile will go here, moving this across. And then with my roads, we're going to go here. This flips over, letting me move up on this track, here, and here, which flips this over, letting me move up on, I'm going to take the production. Okay, that was kind of a big turn there. Cool, okay. And I've got 2 ports connected now, so I'll be able to, from this, score 6 points. So, what are we going to get played? This is 2 more roads and wheat. If we wanted to play that, I only have 5, or I only have 10 money. Why don't we... And this is a city and this is a city. So I've got to flip something over here at some point to make another city. So I might try to spread my stuff around this way and build out here. Why don't we... I could dump 2 cards and go up on the cookie tracks for some resources. Maybe we do that. We're going to dump these 2 cards for wheat. For 4 wheat. And then we're going to discard, I think I'm going to discard... Or discard this card. Yeah, I'm going to discard this card to go here and spend 7 wheat to go up on the cookie track 3 times, or the food track 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Gets me a tile and a road. The tile that I'm going to take... So now that I can connect it here, I can play out one of these tiles here, which would be able to flip over to get a thing. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I'm going to put the road here, I think. And I think I'm going to take this here. And then I'll flip over. And let me move up on here. Okay. This has been spent. Okay, I think that's all I can do. I think that's kind of it. Okay. Oh, as a free action, I can take this. So I'm going to actually take this off. And we're going to place it... Oh, but I needed to make something flip over here, so I didn't want to waste it yet. But it might be good just to play this out so I can activate my ability and score more points on the end of the round. So we're going to place this here. So this city's got this as a free action. So we get to go up on production here and move one of these up. I don't have a gem to move that forward, so I guess I'm just going to go up on here to get more production. Or do I want to go down here? No, actually, no. We're going to add it to here. So we can mulligan that. We're going to use it to go up on that track. So that's a city and that's a city. So when we do this, we have a special tile overlay that we can place here. And at the end of now the rounds, we get more city points. So we have 2 cities. We're going to get 3 city points. So we're going to end the round. So let's do our end of round stuff. We're the character board doesn't have an underground ability. City points, we've got 2 cities. This city here, this city here. It's going to be 3 city points. 1, 2, 3. Industry points, we get 1 industry point. Next is going to be our pass aid tile here. So this is going to be 2 ports are connected. So it's going to be 6 points for us. We have no skill tiles. We have no citizen cards that are going to have that. So that reflips back over. We'll take these off. I'm going to choose to take... I'm going to go back to this one again. And they're going to take this. And then we'll go on to the next round. So we'll shift that over. There's no tiles to flip over, so everything we've got, what we're working with here. We'll flip this over. They're going to take that action and that action, and they're going to take this and this. Okay, I want to remove that off. Okie dokie. So for us, let's go ahead and do our income. So first we get to move our money production up by 2, and we get a tile. The tile that I'm going to choose is going to be an orange one. We're going to place it here, and this will flip over because we have a road there. That's going to let me go up on there. Now, these 2 spots, if we build out a tile there and have a road adjacent to that area, that'll let us draw an extra card and then increase our hand income by 1. So there's a possibility to draw 5, 6, or 7 cards, up to 7 more cards at the end of the beginning of the round instead of the 5 normal ones. We're probably not going to end up doing that because I need to get a road built here, so it cost me 2 roads to get it built there. And I'm going to try to build out this way so I can like build a city up here as well. And maybe I utilize this tile. Okay, so we've done that. We got our 2 income on our money. Now we're going to do our income here. So it's going to be 19 money. It's going to be 2 wheat. It's going to be 9 wood. And it's going to be 7 wood. Or 7 metal. Okay. And then we're going to draw 5 cards. Okay, this is interesting. Almost Apple lets us spend wood production to go up on a green track. And then if we have 2 of this symbol and 2 of this symbol, we get to go up on the green track again. We don't have 2 of that symbol. We only have 2 of the like cakey symbols. Sam Spicy lets us build a road, and then we don't have another road to build. That's the card we carried over from last round. I guess that lets us look through the deck for something. Haven't seen that symbol yet. Okay, special ability. We're going to flip this tile like that. That's going to let us move up on that track. I'd like to get some gems at some point if I can. I can build this out to get a gem. See if I can build over here somehow. That'll get me 2 gems if I build that out. Cookie track is appealing as well, especially if I can move up on it and get a bunch of points, possibly. We'll flip this over to get our resources. Might as well get that taken care of. 1, 2, 3. I'll put another one there. Okay. I could automate another one of those cards. My cards are just expensive. We're dumping this one for an action for sure. It's just a matter of what we want to use it for. And I want to get something built here in order to utilize that. Okay, let's play this first. So we're going to play Sam Spicy. Oh, I don't have any gems. Okay, never mind. I get some tiles built out there. We're going to discard this for 2 wheat, I think. And then we're going to discard this for here to spend our 6 wheat for 3 tiles. First tile is going to go here. And that's going to move us 1 on this track. It's 2 wheat production and 2 wood production. So now we're at 11. That's tile number 1. Tile number 2 could be there. Do I want to do that? So I can place one of these buildings there, which will be, I have the option of 5 money and 7 income. Increase 2 bridges, or 2 roads and 2 wood. 2 wheat and 2 tiles. 2 marks on there. 2 diamonds and a card draw. Or 2 movement on this track and a card and 2 metal. I don't get those until we flip them, but then I'll get them again when I place property on them. I feel like the roads are just going to come in handy to like do more stuff. But moving up on the tracks might be nice. We're going to take that one and place that there. So that's our second one, our second tile. And then our last tile is going to be here. So I've connected that port as well, but I can place something here and I can place something there, and then this will let me move up on a track, but this will let me connect the last port. So we're going to do that. So those are the 3 tiles we placed out. I was hoping to place out bridges. This might be just a kind of a big setup turn. We'll dump apple for here. So I can take this and use that here to spend 6 wood to place out 3 bridges, or 3 roads, sorry. So road number 1, road number 2, this gets flipped over. I'll move this up. Road number 3, this gets flipped over. That's 2 tracks I'm moving up. I'm going to move up this track for 1 and that track. So I can build a city here as well. And we'll take this and go like that. Okay, those are my 3 roads. Can I get up on this cookie track in any kind of way? I need 9 to, or I need to food track. I need 4 to go up the food track twice. That'll get me 3 wheat. And that'll get me 2 wheat. Can I play both of these cards? I think we're going to play this one. So we're going to play this for 8 money. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 3 wheat, a metal, and 2 money production. I'm just going to set that over here because I care about the tags. Then I need another card to do stuff. We're going to discard this to place a token here for 2 cards. That's fine. We're going to spend this card, place a token here, the 4 wheat. We're going to convert 4 money into 1 wheat, and then spend the 4 wheat to move on the cookie track twice. That lets us take one of these now because it's our second star. So I can get 6 points in the round. I can start moving up some tracks. I can get a gem, and that'll help me take one of these things and go to the next spot. So I'm going to take this one, and then we'll be able to flip it for a gem. That was my 2 movement on that. We'll flip that for the gem. Whoops. And then we're going to spend our last card. I think we want to build something, right? To go here. Okay. And we're going to spend 3 wood, 3 metal. Sorry, 4 wood and 3 metal to build this. This is going to be built here. It's going to let us go on this track. Which I don't even know what that does, that symbol. What's that do? Draw one card and automate one card from your hand. This is okay. Draw one card and automate one card from your hand. This card's ability does not activate. Immediate ability does not activate. So I can draw a card and automate a card. I guess I'm just going to automate this card, so I'm not going to get the ability, but whenever we run that thing, we'll get 3 wheat. Okay. So this is the card I drew. And then I get 2 gems for taking that spot. Or for unlocking that spot. Okay, well, with that being said, since we get to do that, we're going to take... Oh, beforehand, Sly Mulligan, we're going to convert that into a wood. We're going to convert 4 money into a wood. We're going to spend the 2 wood and the 3 here to build this out. We're going to build this here. And we're going to build this here to go up on 2 tracks. We're going to go up on this track, which is going to increase this production. We're going to go up on this track, which is going to remove this. And then I get to place out a tile of my choice. And then I'm going to run this automation here. And again, I've got this here, so I get to get 3. I'll get 3 wheat for that because I've got at least 4 orange tiles, and then I'll get my money income. But don't forget to get my tile. So I got to place a tile out. And the tile's for crossing this line. Yeah, I went up on that track, and I gotta go up on another track. So let me go up on the other track real quick before I forget. Wait, is that the one track is that the thing I already did? I can't remember. This is a lot going on, so I can't remember. So I think, okay, I'll just say I went up on something twice, and then that was my second move. I don't remember if that's true or not, but in case I missed it. So we're gonna take our tile for getting here. I'm gonna use it to place it here to get a cookie thing out. This is going to be placed anywhere there's already a building. So I'm going to place it here. It doesn't matter really where it goes, but I immediately get 2 wood production and 2 metal production. So that was the first tile I clicked. Now I'm going to run this. I get a tile. I'll place that again. The tile I'm going to place out is going to be this one. So it's going to let me hook up to the last port. I'm going to get to increase my money income, and I'm going to get 3 wheat. Okay. I think that's it. Golly, okay. I think that's it. All right. We're going to do the end of round stuff. So I'm going to pass. My character board has nothing. My city points, I've got 1, 2 cities. Oh, I'm stupid. I should have added to that one. That's fine. I've got 2 cities right now. So it's going to be 3 city points. 1, 2, 3. Industry points, I get 1. Nothing over here. No skill tiles and no citizen cards. Those will flip back over. We'll clean up. I'm going to place this. Oh, dang it, that's too bad. I think this is for each city I get 3 points. So if I can hook this up quite a bit, that would be a lot of points. Right? I think that's 1 point for every city. So if I place a different tile here and a different tile here, that's 4 cities. So that should be 12 points. Yeah, we're going to try to hook that up if we can. So we're going to place that there, and then I get to, every time, I'll get to tuck something for free. So I'm going to get this built out and get something tucked under here, and then try to get this tile. And if I want to get that tile, I got to get this moved. So there's kind of a little small game plan there. So we're going to do that. He takes the spot that I was just at. We'll flip these over, and he'll take this, and that, and that. Okay, so let's do our income here. Character board income, we have none. I'm sorry, round aid tiles, we have none. Character board, we have none. Income tracks, we have here 22 money. $5 wheat. 12, what is it? 13 wood and 9 metal. Okay. And then we'll draw up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the ideal plan here is I need to build a something here and something here. One of the somethings here needs to be this. So I can tuck another card under here. And I've got a couple options of what to tuck under there. So we'll keep that in mind. And then I need to get another one of these tiles. And the best way for me to do that is to build this and move my track 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces around. So that's going to be kind of what we have to do to maximize as many of those points as possible. Don't know that I'm going to be able to get 6 cities out, but 4 could be pretty good for us here and here. So I think the first thing we're definitely going to do is we're going to build this out. We need to build this out. And what's what I want to build out? I have to build this. So I need basically 6 wood and 6 metal to build that out. So I think we're going to do that first. So we're going to spend this and spend 6 wood and 6 metal. So 6 wood, 6 metal. It's going to give me back a 5. First thing we're going to do is build this one. We're going to build this one here. That's going to get me a movement on that track. And then we're going to build this out, which will let me draw a card and get me here. It'll move me up on this track, which will increase my production by 1. Okay, and those are 2 more cities, so that's really nice. Question is, what do I want to? Do I want to flip a tile? I can wait to do that because I'm going to use whatever tile I flip for one of these things over here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to get a tile placed to help move that around. If I can. Do I have anything to help me move tiles? This could help. It'll get me a tile placed here. I'd like to get a couple more cookie bunnies out if I can. So if I play this for 19 money, we'll try this. We're going to play this for 19 money. It's going to let us activate our orange row. We get a tile of our choice. We're going to take a gray tile. That's going to move me twice here. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me think about this for a second. Let me think of the sequencing of this. Let me undo that for a moment. Change that up a little bit there. The gray cards we have to play are what? This would cost us 12. I think we're going to play this one. I don't have any of the tags for it to reduce its cost, but we're going to play this one. So we're going to play this one for 12 first. It's going to get us 2 metal, a wood, and movement here, and then I'm going to spend the jewel to tuck it. So it's going to give us 2 metal, or 2 wood when we run it. Okay, we've done that. Now we're going to play out this card. So it's going to cost us 19. Is that what I want to do? Don't really have any other things I want to do with my money. So we're going to run this. We get a gem, or not a gem. We get a tile here. That's going to move this twice, which will get us to activate that. Then we're going to increase our money production, and we're going to get 3 wheat. Yeah, this works out well. Then I get to run this one, which is 3 money. 2 wood. It's tucked. You guys can't see it, but it's the card I just played. And then I get another gray tile. And that gray tile will go here, and I'll flip this over immediately. It'll let me move up on that track. So I need to move 1 more space here, and then I can take this tile for moving on that space, which would be a big deal. Or maybe I can find another way to move up on that space, but I can move up on that space. Okay. The food track would be good to move up on, because then I can then get some cookie bunnies out. But I don't. Got my wheat. I'm going to try to figure out my wheat situation for that. And 2 cards I need. So that's where in the last one I can spend all my cards, which I'll likely end up doing. I've got 4 cities. So I don't want to build anything here because it gets me, if I build something here, then I have to combine those 2 cities. Same with right here. I'd have to combine the 2 cities. Don't want to do that. I can still flip a tile. If we want to, let's do this. We're going to use our flip a tile ability to flip this tile. Move on this track. Moves me across here. Gets me a star. I take this. So this will get me 12 points at the end of the round for having 2 full rows of cards. That should be pretty good. We're going to flip that for a gem, flip that for a resource. So 1, 2, 3, and I'll put another one there. Okay. I mean, for the sake of building stuff, I may just build stuff like one here, and one here, and then just leave those cities that size. Because I have the resources and I might as well get some stuff built out. So, let's go ahead. I think, do we want to build? I want to do some stuff with the cookie track. Get at least 2 of those out. So, we're going to discard this and place out this here. We're going to spend 4. Go 2. That's going to give us this tile. That's going to let us -1 all of our building actions, which is kind of late for the game, but we get to -1 in our building actions. Then we're going to discard this card to play here for 9. Put out 2 of these. And again, they can go anywhere there's something built. Yeah. Place it on that has a property token, a capital hex that has one, but does not have a cookie token already placed on it. So I can place, it doesn't really matter where they go, but I'll place that one there and I'll place this one here. Because all we're going to look at is scoring 4 points at the end of the game for each of those placed out. Okay. If I can get moved up on that track 2 more times, that becomes 5 points for each of those. So that would be 15 points instead of 12. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I might be able to. Do I have the resources to build more than 2 buildings? Can I build these 2? So that's going to be 11 wood and 6 metal, which I have. I do have it. If I build these 2 out, the important part is it's going to score me points at the end of the game for each cookie bunny I've played out. The 6 cookie bunnies, 2 roads and 6 cookie bunnies. Or if I get this out, that's 2 gems, which is 1 point for each gem at the end of the game. If I get this built here, that pushes me on this track, which moves me 1 more on that. And then I'd have to go on here, which would push me on this track, which could come in handy. But I don't think I have another way to go up on the orange track. Because I could get 2 bridges when I play this out. I could bridge here, which isn't going to be enough. If I could get a tile placed out, I could place it and go up on the orange track and go up another tier. But the 2 bridges would let me go here maybe, flip that over to go up on here. And then, yeah, it's going to take me too long to get up there. If I get an orange tile placed here, it could be useful. I could get those 2 flipped. Can I get another tile placed? I don't think I'm going to be able to. I think that's the tricky part. Not an orange one, at least. We'll see. Maybe we can do something here. Okay. I want to be able to place out 2. Can I place out 3 buildings? So I have, if I'm going to place these 2 out, it's going to cost all my wood. So I could place this out with a bunch of, and then my metal would be 6 metal. And I have 14 metal. And this will cost me 6 metal to play out. So it's going to cost me all my wood and almost all my metal, but I need an extra wood, but I get a discount of wood for each one I place. So it's actually going to cost me 3 wood less. So maybe I get this played out instead because it's going to cost me 1. So it's going to cost me 1, Well, this is 5. It's going to cost me 10 wood total. Because I get -1 wood because of this for each building. But, cost me a wood for playing there. So is that the 11? So I think I just have just enough to do it. And then the metal would be 3, 3, and 3, which is 9. So I have plenty of metal. I think that's what we do. Okay. I'm going to discard this card to go here. We're going to spend the 1 wood to go there, plus the 1 wood and 3 metal for... I'm just going to turn this into 10. So the 1 wood and 3 metal for this coffee shop looking thing. There's the 1 wood I spent, plus the 1 wood and 3 metal for this, because I get the 1 wood discount. This gets placed here. I get to move up on this track. This track activates, so it's 3 money. A gray tile. That gray tile is going to flip over, place here, flip it over. It gets me on this track again, draws me a card, which basically effectively gives me another action. And then 2 wood. Okay. Then we're going to spend 4 wood and 3 metal for this building. This will go here. I get 2 gems. No, I'm sorry, I get 2 bridges, but it's going to go there. It's going to push me up on the cookie track. I get 2 bridges. Or roads, I'm sorry. Road number 1 goes here. This flips over. I'm sorry, road 1 goes here. That flips over. Lets me go up on the green track. We'll go up here. This road goes here. Flips this over. Gives me 2 money income. Then the last building will be 6 5 wood and 3 metal for this one. And this one will go here. And at the end of the game, I'll get 2 money. I'll get 2 points for every cookie bunny I placed. And then that's going to go there on this track, which will bump that one up. Okay. Can I get more cookie bunnies out? I don't think I can, unfortunately, because it's going to cost me... I can get 1 more out if I convert some stuff. I could discard this for 2, and then discard this to play that out, get another cookie bunny out, which will be another set of points. But I would like to move up on the track 1 more time. So I can get another cookie bunny out, which should get me 4 points, or I can get out, find a way to place something here and move up on the track and net 3 points. But I can't do both. Would it be better to try to move on this track with this? That'll bump me up a little bit more and get me running this, which will give me 2 wood and a gray tile, and the gray tile can get placed. It doesn't really matter where it gets placed. And I got to be careful because if I could build out here, which is fine, it's going to end up making, I don't want to connect here, and I don't want to connect here. So I could build out here if I wanted to build out another building. But I don't think I really need to. I mean, I get 1 point for every building I built, or 2 points for every building. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 36, or 32. So it'd be another 2 points if I built the building out. I think my goal is to try to get this moved up. So if I want to move up on that, what do I need? It looks like I need wheat, and I don't have any. To get some tiles to move. And if I wanted to get some more tiles, I could put something here. Put something here and go up on the track again. Okay, how would I get this wheat? I could convert 3 of a resource into 1. So that's a wheat, that's a wheat, that's a wheat, and that's a wheat. Okay, so I think we're going to do that. We can convert this into a wheat. We can convert this into a wheat. So 4 to 1 money, 4 to 1 thing. 3 resources of a type for a wheat. And then there's 3 resources for a wheat. And we're going to discard this card to play. Oh, shoot. That's a cookie bunny. That's not enough wheat. I'm going to discard this for 2 wheat. Okay, there we go. So my 6 wheat. I go here for 3 tiles. Tile number 1 is going to go here. It lets me go up on any one track. We're going to go up on... Hold on. Tile number 1 is going to go here. That's going to flip over immediately. It's going to let me go up on this track. Tile number 2 is going to go here. But... yeah, we'll go up on this track and draw a card, because it could give me another action. And then tile number 3 is going to go here. What other action would I take? To get a gem, which is a point at the end of the game. Do I go here and get a point at the end of the game? This is going to be 5 money. Which I mean, I'll get, that's also a point at the end of the game. Every 5 money is a point. Yeah, we'll just do that. We'll go there. So we're going to do that. It flips over immediately because we have a road there. So it's 2 money production, but I get 5 money. So that's tile number 1. I did 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. So those are my 3 tiles and my card draw. I'm going to discard this as my last action to go here, which will get me another point. For that. And I think that's it. I think we're done. Okay, that's it. So we're going to pass. No, a lot happened there. We're going to pass. So with passing, we're going to score 3 points for each city we have. Our character board doesn't have any. Oh no, we'll do character board first. No passing abilities on character board. City points, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cities. That's going to be 7 points there. So again, because we have a special ability. Industry points, we've got 1, 2 industry points. It's 2 there. Not a lot. Pass aid tile, that's going to be 1 point, or for every 1 city we have 3 points. So that's going to be 12 points. Skill tile, we have 2 sets of tucked cards of 3 cards each. So we've got 6 tucked cards, 2 of each color. That's going to be 12 points. And then we have no citizen cards that have endgame scoring. And then we're going to go into final scoring. So final scoring is going to look at, and this is the part that I got to double check on. So final scoring is going to be, we're going to first score for games. We scored 30 points during the game. Then we're going to score for each of our prosperity tracks. So we're going to go track by track and score. So here, we're going to score 1 point for every tile that we placed out. That's the multiplier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So that's going to be 30 points. Next, we're going to score 5 points for every cookie bunny. We have 1, 2, 3, so that's 15. 75. Next, we're going to score 1 point for every 3 roads. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's only 5 points. Unfortunately, if I had 1 more, that'd be an extra point. We're going to get 1 point for every build, or every 2 points for every building we placed. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. So that's going to be 2, and then 10, 20, 30. So there's 112 right now. This is going to be 1 point for every card we tucked, or I'm sorry, 4 points for every card we tucked. No, yeah, number of automated cards. There's 6 automated cards. That's 24 more points. So 636. Okay. And then finally, we get 1 point on there for every industry point. And we only had 4 industry points. So it's going to be 4 points there. Next, so we did all that. Next, we're going to do victory points from our cities. So we're going to get 2 victory points for each city point that we earned. We earned in the game 19 city points, so it's going to be 38 victory points. So I'm going to go back 4. No, I'm sorry. If I go back, 19's 38. Yeah, so I go back 2 and go up 40. So 78, which that's already my highest score. Next, we're going to gain victory points for our, if we made it the top one of the things, so we made it to the top here. So if we place all of our tents, we get 2 points for each cookie bunny on our map. That's going to be 6 more points. We'll get 1 point for every 5 gold. And then I get 1 point for every diamond. And then if I connected all my ports, I get 10 points, which we did connect the ports. There's this, and this are all connected. So it's another 10 points, which is going to put me at there. And then if we were playing multiplayer, we would have milestones and final scoring tiles, but we're not. So our final score is 197, which is by far every game I've gotten better. I've gotten better scores. And I know there's probably a couple things I missed or I misplayed something here and there, like it's some minor stuff, but that should give you a really generally good idea of how this game plays and all the things you can do. So that's 250 is the score to beat. And I got 200, I got 197. My first game was 82 points. My second game was like 108 points. My third game was 160 points. And then this is 197. So I've gotten better by a good chunk when I started understanding the systems a little bit more. But yeah, that's going to be a playthrough of Sweetlands. I know it's a long one. But you basically can really focus, your character ability really drives what you want to do. And so being able to lean in that, and there are 14 characters. So there are 7 of these sheets, and then they're double-sided with different characters, with different abilities when you reach certain spots, with different income starting and different abilities here. Like I said, there's every map, there's 5 of these A maps, which they're all the same, but when you flip them over on the B side, they're all different. So you effectively have 6 different maps to play with. There's a variety of these tiles here, so you can change those out. We didn't even go through all the cards in the deck, so those will actually change stuff. There's another module that I didn't use that has a couple of these special tiles here, so I need to try to use these next time. And there's like over 200 cards, so you've got a ton of cards that you're going to be using. We only used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we only played 9 cards this game, and there's over 200. So yeah, that's going to be it. I did want to mention, because in the unboxing I had the deluxe pack. The deluxe pack comes with a storage tray for the things for this here. Comes with these sleeves, and it comes with the little wooden meeples that we have here, and 2 sets of each for all the characters. Now the sleeves, so this is what you're getting with the deluxe pack. I would say you probably could opt out of it, because these sleeves, while they're fine, they're like the sleeves from Slay the Spire, where since there's a graphic here, you have to be careful with shuffling them. This is the back of the cards normally. So then you would be just getting if you didn't care about sleeves, I would just sleeve it yourself. This is nice when you're playing with multiplayer, but in solo you can only have 1 of each tile, so I don't even need this. I mean, it's nice that I don't have to be crazy about how this organizes, but yeah, I'm not setting this. If I was playing with multiplayer, it'd be nice because then I could just set this out. And then these just replace either these action tiles or your tiles here if you're going to use those for this board. And then in multiplayer, there's another turn order variant they'd use the second one of these for. So these are just here because they're cool looking. So they don't really serve any gameplay functionality. Every other component in this game comes in the game as is. So you really probably don't need the deluxe upgrade pack. It wouldn't be the end of the world if you didn't get it. You're not really losing out on much. And everything else comes in the game as is. All the screen printed buildings, all of this stuff. This first player marker. So the production's top. It's very quality, top notch. These gem tokens. So anyway, that's gonna be a playthrough of Sweetlands. I didn't quite make it to the finish line, but we got pretty far, and it gave you a really good idea in general how the game plays, even if I missed a rule here or there. But that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching the playthrough. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.